The Philadelphia 76ers defeated the San Antonio Spurs 111 to 106. The biggest headline in this game is Joel Embiid getting ejected late in the second quarter of this game. What happened was that Joel Embiid got called for an offensive foul. He drove into the paint. He lowered his shoulder into Victor Wembanyama, and the ref gave him an offensive foul. I've looked at that call a few times to see if it was a bad call, but I do believe it was the right call that he barreled right into Victor and he knocked him over like a bowling pin. Just it was very obvious that this was an offensive call. But Joel Embiid got emotional, so he got up in the face of the ref, which to me is normal initially that he confronted her. Most players have these tantrums, especially stars, when they don't get the call that they wanted. They get emotional, they start arguing with the ref, which is like, all right, whatever. But then he gets a technical foul. And if you watch the part where he gets his first technical foul from this female ref, her name is Jenna Schroeder, I believe. So Jenna gives him the technical. If you watch a replay slowly, you can see his chin lean right into her hand when he gives her the first technical, which is a bad look. So that's a bad look right there, but she refrained. She let Lowry get between them and break it up. She just held her composure. She was very stoic about it, surprisingly. And you think, all right, this is going to be okay. He's just going to let some steam off going to the bench. But the dumbest thing Joel did was he started yelling even more like a crazy maniac, pointing at her, taking off his mask, and then just running up. No one knows if he's going to run up directly to her. I looked at the replay. There's the closest ref in the vicinity when he was running up charging was this male referee, but he had to be held back by several people, and he was just acting a fool, just acting straight up crazy. To me, that's the embarrassing part for Joel Embiid because he's a veteran now. He's not some young guy that doesn't know any better. He's been in the league for a while, and just to lose his cool in this situation really shows just immaturity for his part. Like he's 30 years old now. Just he's going to turn 31 in a few months. I always feel it's inexcusable when you're still acting this immature once you're 30 and above. You don't have the excuse of young age anymore. You're not just some young, dumb kid. You're a grown man now. You should know better. And he did in that situation. Just whether you feel a call is good or bad, you can never really lose your cool in a early in the game. Now, if this was like the call that decided whether you win or lose in a game, I could even let that go and understand why you're acting crazy like a fool. But this was like late in the second quarter. The game was close. There was so much more time left to be played, and he just went berserk. He went crazy. I would say the reason why I think he was going crazy was because he was really struggling in this game. I believe he shot, I think, 2 for 8. Let me just check the box score. I'm checking it right now. Yeah, he shot 2 for 8. He had 9 points, but terrible shooting. He looked very slow in this game. I was watching this game live when this happened, and he just looked slow. He was struggling. Stars have pride. They have big egos. Victor was holding his own against him in this game prior to him getting ejected, and he was frustrated. The Spurs defense frustrated him. He couldn't get what he wanted on them. I think it was frustrating for him because last year he lit them up for 70 points, and this year he didn't have the fluidity that he had a year ago. So I think he was probably thinking that, like, I owned this team last year. I can't own them right now. What the hell is going on? And I think that got to his psyche, and then he took it out on this ref. Just he stupidly did that. To me, that was a dumb mistake he made. What's even worse is just the imagery of it is gonna hurt him when it comes to the PR battle that he charged up against the female ref. He made initial contact with her the first time, and then after it was broken up, he tried to charge again. He was held back. He looked like a damn fool out there, I have to say. I do think I do think he probably will get a game or two suspension for this. Just knowing just the imagery of it is a bad look. That I do think that'll probably happen, but it really depends on the media's reaction tomorrow on these main media talk shows and just how they feel about this, but it wasn't a good look for him. Just not a good look, and I'm sure he's hoping he doesn't get suspended, or maybe he doesn't even care at this point in time. I think he's lost some of his competitive spirit this year. But even if he does get suspended, what difference does it make? This guy is not playing most of the time anyways. This suspension to him is just like him taking a typical game off or doing his load management. It wouldn't surprise me if he got suspended. I wouldn't feel bad for him. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't. This league is very inconsistent when it comes to these situations. So that's just what I wanted to say about this situation.